This summer, for a little over 2 minutes, the sun is going to go out over Europe. Not dim, not fade. Go out, like someone reached up and switched it off. And for the first time in 27 years, it happens over mainland Europe. On the 12th of August, 2026, the moon will pass exactly in front of the sun. Most of a continent will see a bite taken out of it. But along one narrow band, the sun will vanish completely. Daytime will turn to a deep twilight. Stars will come out, and a pearl-white halo will hang where the sun used to be. The last time that shadow touched mainland Europe was the 11th of August, 1999, 27 years ago. If you missed that one, this is your chance to catch up. So how does the sun just disappear? It comes down to one of the most beautiful coincidences in nature. The sun is about 400 times wider than the moon, but it is also about 400 times farther away. So from here on Earth, the two look almost exactly the same size in the sky. When a new moon lines up perfectly, it can cover the sun's blinding disk completely. And only then, with the disk hidden, can we see the sun's faint outer atmosphere, the corona. That perfect lineup is a total solar eclipse. The moon casts two shadows. The outer one is huge and soft. It's called the penumbra, and inside it you only see a partial eclipse, the sun with a piece missing. The inner one is small and sharp. That's the umbra, the cone of full shadow. Stand inside it, and the sun disappears. But the umbra is tiny. On the 12th of August, it will be a band only about 290 kilometers wide, sweeping across the planet. Miss that band by a few kilometers, and you get a partial eclipse. Stand inside it, and you get the real thing. And this shadow takes a very strange path. It begins at sunrise over Arctic Russia. It sweeps right over the top of the world, within about 100 kilometers of the North Pole. Then it comes down across Greenland, crosses to Iceland, and curves southeast down the Atlantic, before finally reaching Spain at sunset. The shadow is, in a sense, running the wrong way, east to west over the pole, before dropping south. The deepest point of the eclipse falls on the open ocean, about 45 kilometers west of Iceland, at 1746 Universal Time. There, totality lasts its longest, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. If you want the very best of it, you have to go somewhere remote. Eastern Greenland sits right on the center line. Over the fjords of Scoresby Sund, totality lasts about 2 minutes and 16 seconds, with the sun high and the Arctic air bone-dry and clear. It is one of the best places on Earth to see it, and one of the hardest to reach. Iceland gets it on land too. Western Iceland, the Snæfellsnes Peninsula, and even the capital, Reykjavik, falls under the umbra late in the afternoon. For Iceland, this is the first total eclipse since 1954. The catch is the weather. These coasts are cloudy 70 to 80% of the time. It's a gamble. And then there's Spain, where this eclipse does something almost no eclipse does. It happens at sunset. The band of totality sweeps in over Galicia, on the Atlantic coast, and runs across the north, Asturias, Cantabria, the plains of Castile and Leon, and Aragon, before leaving the mainland and crossing the island of Majorca. And here's the near miss. The shadow threads right between Madrid and Barcelona. Spain's two biggest cities both just miss totality. For the people who are inside the band, the sun won't be high overhead. It will be low, sinking toward the horizon. In the north, around Asturias, the sun sits only about 10 to 12 degrees up, and totality lasts up to about 1 minute and 48 seconds. By the time the shadow reaches Majorca, the sun is barely 2 or 3 degrees over the sea, the corona and the colors of sunset, together, right at the waterline. Almost nowhere else will you ever see that. And for Spain, this is historic in its own right. The last total solar eclipse over the Spanish mainland was in 1905, more than 120 years ago. So what actually happens in those final minutes if you're standing in the band? For about an hour, the moon slowly eats into the sun. The light turns strange and steely. Shadows grow razor sharp. The temperature drops. Then, in the last few seconds before totality, the final sliver of sunlight breaks into brilliant points of light through the valleys on the moon's edge, Baily's beads. One last bead blazes on the darkening ring, the diamond ring. And then it's gone. The corona snaps into view, soft, silver, streaming out into space. The horizon glows orange all the way around, like sunset in every direction at once. Planets and bright stars appear. Birds go quiet. For about 2 minutes, the middle of the day belongs to the night. Then a second diamond ring flares on the other side, and it's over. Which brings us to the one part you cannot get wrong. During every partial phase, before and after totality, looking at the sun with the naked eye, or through a phone, camera, or binoculars, can permanently burn your eyes. And you won't feel it happening. You need certified eclipse glasses that meet the standard ISO 12312-2, not regular sunglasses. And a camera, phone, or telescope needs a proper solar filter over the front of the lens. The only moment it is safe to look with your bare eyes is during totality itself, the brief window when the sun's bright disk is completely hidden. The instant that bright edge returns, the filters go back on. And if you're in Spain, remember, with the sun so low, you'll need a clear, flat view to the west, a coastline or high ground, or the horizon will hide the whole thing. Now, most of us won't be standing in that narrow band. So what will the rest of Europe see? A deep partial eclipse, and a dramatic one. Around 90% or more of the sun will be covered across Ireland, Britain, France, Portugal, Italy, and the Balkans. Central Europe sees a large partial in the early evening. Even parts of Eastern North America catch a small bite low on the horizon. So wherever you are in Europe on that evening, if the sky is clear, look safely. Something will be happening to the sun. Here's what makes a total eclipse so precious. For any single spot on Earth, the moon's umbra returns on average only about once every 300 to 400 years. That's why people fly across the planet and stand in a field just to spend 2 minutes inside a shadow. And this one has a bonus. The 12th of August is also the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. Under a dark, eclipsed sky, you might even catch a shooting star. And if you miss it, or if the clouds win, there's something you should know. Because it happens again, almost immediately. On the 2nd of August, 2027, less than a year later, another total eclipse crosses southern Spain, Gibraltar, North Africa, and Egypt. And that one is a monster. Up to 6 minutes and 22 seconds of totality over Luxor. The longest total eclipse over land until the year 2114. The 2026 eclipse is the opening act. 2027 is the main event. But 2026 comes first. This August, the moon's shadow will race over the pole, down through the Arctic, and set over Spain in a blaze of corona and sunset. For a little over 2 minutes, day will become night over Europe. Find the band, or find a clear evening sky. Get your glasses ready. And when it happens, look up.